activation warm-up circuit. This is the circuit that we're going to go ahead and use for each of our warm-up programs whenever we do a boot camp or a personal training program for you guys doing it here on the Inner Circle. 30-10 sequence. Again, this is kind of pulled, once again, pulling pieces from the Mission Unbreakable program. I love that program. I definitely recommend picking it up. Our Diamond members will get a copy of that, but I do recommend picking up a copy of that Mission Unbreakable program. So, here we go. First exercise.
Begin exercise number 1 in 3.
We're going to do the hip hinge. I'm going to go sideways, okay? Feet are parallel, chest is tall. I'm pushing that way. Butt is going way back, driving through, squeezing the butt. So it's not about down and up. It's actually about back and forth. Just driving through, getting a good stretch in the hamstrings, activating those glutes, okay? So get some mobility in the hip, activate the glutes. Turn it on. Driving through. Stop. Trying to get that back nice and flat. Next up, the squat to wide to stand. It's more challenging. Feet might need to go a little wider to handle this one. Chest is up tall. 3 steps. 1, sit. Notice the knees, they push out. 2, arms over the head. 3, stand up tall, and then repeat. Now, ideally, you want to stick that landing. Arms should be straight overhead. It's really difficult to do in the lower position unless you got a lot of flexibility and mobility. It's something I'm working on personally. I can come down here, nice and good. Get to about right there until I got drive through. Okay? Work on it. Pushing it up. Stop. And driving it up. Okay, now I'm going to come towards the front of my mat. We're going to do a split squat or a reverse lunge. So to do that, hip width apart, and step back, nice and tall. Split squat, just straight down, straight up. When you get to the bottom, you can add a little extra stretch and come up. You can also add the arms in. Reverse lunge adds a dynamic component. I'm here. I can stretch back and forward. Okay? So adding that stability component, making it a little bit more challenging as I go through. Other side. Same thing. Want to make sure that we're not putting one foot behind the other. Just stepping straight back, chest is tall, coming straight down. Get a little extra stretch if you want. Coming right back up. There's no forward motion. Going straight down, straight up. And you should be able to get that knee to the ground. If you feel pain, you've got some things going on. Probably tight quad, and that's led to some knee issues. Okay, so really work on that stretch. Get some more foam rolling in, get some static quad stretching in. Okay, once again, we can add a dynamic component with that reverse lunge. Now, we're going to go sideways. Instead of turning, today I'm just going to go this way. The feet, if I put my arms out and I point down, that's about how wide my feet should be. Now, I'm not going to go to the side, I'm moving more back. It's a hip. So pushing that hip back, coming down to the toe, coming up, twist. Okay? What I'm doing is basically like shoot the gun. Here, up tall, and around. I'm not bending over. Okay? It's a lunge. Get that butt low, come around, open up. So I want to get the hip as low as the knee. Stop. What you want to watch out for is watch your feet. They'll start to creep out. Okay? Your butt doesn't want to get involved. It wants to make your back do the work. It wants to cheat its way out. So your feet are going to turn, you're going to bend over. So feet are straight, chest is high. Find something you can look up at. Come around. Come around. Halfway. Now, in my extended version, I actually will throw in the single leg touchdown. Okay, we do this in our group personal training programs. So I'm here, chest is high, and I'm doing a single leg hip hinge with a touchdown. Okay, so here, single leg hip hinge. Working on balance and stability. You just get a little extra mobility activation in the hamstring hip area there. We want to turn those guys on. We do a lot of hamstring hip work in program.
Stop.
So we want to make sure we're good and ready for it. We've got the neuromuscular communication between the brain and the muscles. That's what this is all about.
Exercise number 8.
That's why we do the mobility activation circuit.
Go.
Okay. When we warm up, yeah, sure. Want to increase core temperature, get the blood flowing, all that jazz. But the reason we do this type of warm up, as opposed to, saying, hey, you got on a treadmill and go for a jog, is we want to increase the communication between our brain and our muscles. So we've got a good, clear signal so we can fire those muscles to basically get maximal contraction in the workout that we're going to perform.
Stop.
All right, from there, I'm going to back it up.
Begin exercise number 9.
Feet are against the wall, butts against the wall, heads against the wall, pin and back. Okay? This is called the stick up. Going straight up, like being stuck up. So you got a gun pointing at you. Go right back down. Hands against the wall, elbows against the wall. As soon as one comes off, one or the other, that's as high as you can go. Okay, so you only want to work within your range. Over time, you really go all the way up and all the way down. All the way up and all the way down. Just mobilizing those shoulders. Feels good. All right, let's come down. Let's get the upper body going, get the core going. We're going to go to a high plank.
In 3, 2,
Hands directly underneath the chest, in tight, elbows in tight. Feet can go shoulders apart or so. Squeezing the glutes, keep the body flat. You want to be here, you want to be here. Just looking straight down, slightly in front of you. Okay, make it more advanced or less advanced. Drop down to the knees. More advanced, one foot, or add in some retraction and protraction of the shoulders. Notice the up-down motion without the elbows bent up. So basically what that looks like is, from this position here, shrugging the shoulders back, rounding them out. Shrugging the shoulders back, rounding them out. So that's generally what we'll go through for our warm-up. Now, I'm not really a big fan of the turn warm-up. I like the mobility and activation sequence better. Really, because what we're trying to do is, again, like I said, we do want to warm the body up for the exercise. But to get a really high-intensity metabolic resistance training workout, we have to be properly prepared for our workout. Our muscles need to be turned on and ready to fire and do maximum work, okay? Work is simply the weight we lift, reps we do, the sets we do, okay, in a given period of time. And if we can get maximum communication between the brain to the muscle and fire, we'll be able to get a more powerful contraction, lift more weight, do more work. And that's what it's all about. So do a good mobility activation circuit prior to every single workout to really turn the body on. As far as in between days or part of recovery weeks, mobility and activation circuits are great too, because what they do is, especially after you stretch, they're going to go ahead and basically kind of reprogram the body, so when we stretch the muscles out, they tend to just go right back. Well, if you follow up your stretching with the mobility and activation circuit, essentially what that does is tell the body, hey, we like it where we're at. We like being this low. So that mobility and activation circuit works really well too. And you'll see that again as part of that, I keep talking about it, the Mission Unbreakable program. Check it out for the workout videos. Diamond members, you guys get it. Everybody else, click the link, check it out. It is amazing. All right, we will see you in the next video. Until then, as always, have faith.